an RH Reality Check production, brought to you by rhrealitycheck.org.
In Baltimore, injection drug use accounts for 58% of transmissions of HIV. Baltimore leads the nation in the number of people who become infected by sharing dirty needles. David Waller is one of them.
My actions said that I was a moneymaker, a street hustler, a player, for lack of a better description.
David has served more than 20 years in prison for a variety of crimes.
Larceny, assault, theft, burglary, armed robbery, breaking and entering.
David was also a heavy drug user, and that's how he became HIV positive.
I couldn't say with any surety how I contracted HIV, but I can say that the fact that I was using heroin and cocaine intravenously and sharing needles is more probable than most.
While he was incarcerated, David became very sick and was taken to the prison infirmary.
I started talking with slur, and my vision became not so clear, and my headache was like a migraine, 23 hours a day.
David got better and got out of prison. He thought about changing his ways after serving so much prison time and coming so close to dying.
When I looked at myself and what I wanted to not have to go through this again. I wanted to have a family and be a part of something good, something positive, and not to be known for a burglar, a thief, a drug addict, or anything of that nature.
This time, David married, settled down, and got a job. David's sister Sandra has seen the change in David's self-image.
Men say, especially black men, they have a misconception of what manhood is. And I think he understands it now. Because basically that's how I see him, as a full-grown man now.
I want to appreciate this day, and there's no appreciation in non-production. So I want to do something that makes a difference, that adds to, rather than playing the big. My need to do something positive.
David has changed his risky behavior, but he can't change the past. So he looks forward, accepts the consequences of his actions, and works hard to be a positive role model.
We don't want to sit there and talk about how sick we're going to get and when, or how long will this medication work, or how did I get HIV, or where it came from, and is it a government conspiracy, and all those type things, because all those things are meaningless. It's the fact that we're HIV positive. It's the fact that as we know it, there's no cure. We have to take medication in order to not get sick. Those things are incorporated in us into the point where it's not necessary to think about them on such a conscious level. It becomes a part of our life. It's a part of what we do. It's a part of what we are.
What we know about the 56,000 plus cases that CDC just reported, that's annual incidents, so those are new cases that occur each year. What we know is that roughly 47% of those cases occur among African Americans. So the epidemic in the black community is still very much around men, although women's infection rates are increasingly growing and they're making up increasing proportions of HIV among black people. The role of HIV testing, I think, cannot be underestimated. You have to know your status, because HIV testing is the entryway for care, and then linking people into care and treatment programs. probably the last of the other piece, again, and this goes back to the research question, to address the lack of prevention interventions for black people. There has been a lot of success, but still, when you're looking at an epidemic where 56,000 people plus are becoming, and that's just what we know, and that's just an estimate. It could be much more than that, and actually it probably is, but that's just what we know, and that's a crisis.